He wore his exhaustion like a pair of smudged glasses. He could still see well enough, but nothing looked as sharp or clear or beautiful as it really was. Then there was this particular year. We'd moved to Southern California, where our rent more than doubled for half the square footage of our Midwestern home. We welcomed our second-born, but having babies isn't free. To give Daryl the time he needed to complete his PhD, we relied on a babysitter more frequently. We still had a few student loans. Public transportation was spotty and unreliable, so we had to invest in a second car. We bought a used one. It was older than our marriage and in distinctly worse shape, but the costs still added up. With all this on our plates, I'd done the logical thing and gotten a second job. We sailed along swimmingly. For a while. With piles of papers to grade, I spent less time with Daryl and the kids. When he and I were together, we were too spent to connect, so we'd numb out to television or fall asleep reading in bed. Our life together was cluttered. We began allowing the preschooler to watch more and more TV, which made him cranky and irritable, but what could we do? Guilty about working so much, I'd bring home little toy surprises, which he'd quickly lose interest in after a day or two. His room was an overflowing, trinket-exploding mess. And he began acting out, hungry for more attention and less stuff. His life was cluttered. Like most millennials, I spent all my waking hours tethered to my smartphone. My work boundaries were non-existent, and often a last-minute tech check-in before bed would yield a fitful night of sleep after I discovered a conflictual email from a congregant or a late-night request from a student. My life was cluttered. Often Daryl was only halfway present, glued to SportsCenter on a computer perched on a shelf above our crawling baby's reach. Finishing his PhD left him euphoric, but limping too. The road had been a long one. He scrolled through PhD job boards, updating his resume and obsessing over his chances of landing the perfect gig. His life was cluttered. Even the baby, then only 6 months old, suffered from the too-muchness of it all. I'd nurse him while responding to emails, noticing only occasionally that his little blue eyes were searching in vain to meet mine. His life was cluttered. We were a hot mess, all of us, with me as the biggest offender of the too-much clan, always taking on more, saying yes, filling up time and space, wasting energy on little projects, teaching my brood to do likewise. Yet we persisted in our cluttered lives, unaware that there could possibly be another way. We are sensible, my husband and I told ourselves. We are frugal, thoughtful, wise people, we told ourselves. There's absolutely nothing we could do to make our life simpler. This simply wasn't true. What was true was that it was too much. All of it, everything. The schedule, the workload, the possessions, the technology, the wardrobe, the budget, the noise, the constant connectedness through email and social media and texting, the filled to the brim calendar where we shoehorned so many house guests into our tiny condo that our neighbors asked if we were secretly running a bed and breakfast. Hey, you move to California from Wisconsin, and people want to visit. It was all too much. So we stopped. Not everything, and not all at once, but much of it. Most of it. We had hard conversations and spent lots of time on our knees. We fought with God and sometimes each other because giving up things is hard. We canceled media subscriptions and pared down our mail. We subscribed to an honest-to-goodness newspaper, turned off cable, and stopped allowing ourselves to be consumed by the 24-hour news cycle. We cleaned out our garage, our closets, our cabinets, our drawers. We took a crapload of stuff to Goodwill. We said no a lot. No, thank you. No, really. No, not today, not tomorrow, not now, not ever. We simplified our meals and wardrobes and schedules. We gave ourselves only 10 minutes of mindless internet surfing a day, and then 5. We deleted apps from our phones. First every social media app, and then almost everything else. More on that later. Little by little, the most amazing things started to happen. We began to learn what was truly essential and what